Hi, Kieran here. Hope you're all good. Just thought I'd do a quick video on my views on the education system. Apologies, my voice may sound a little bit funny. I've got a bit of a chest infection at the moment. I've had a cold. Anyway, so yeah, the education system. I'm basically got pretty passionate kind of views about this. I mean, obviously, like all of us, practically, I went through school and all that, and I kind of thought it was mostly okay at the time. But looking back on it, I can see it was pretty oppressive on me and others. So it's a kind of subject where I'm probably more thinking with my heart than my head, kind of thing. I haven't done that much research into this. I've done a little bit here and there. I haven't seen any research that kind of contradicts my view, but probably don't know that much research that's confirming it either. So it's a matter of opinion, really. Okay, basically our current system I see as fairly oppressive. I'm talking about school generally, the system we got in the UK and was kind of pretty standard across the world. You have kids going to school till they're about 16, 18, whatever. And the university system is also pretty standardized across the place as well. Yeah, I mean, what do I think is oppressive about it? Obviously, you have to put it into perspective. The kids aren't getting beaten up too often by the teachers or sexually abused, or they're not working down coal mines, so there has been some progress. But I think a lot of kids come out of school with like somewhat traumatized by it, or feeling like with lower self-esteem than they might otherwise have, and also having been bored for a lot of the time, and kind of a bit of a wasted opportunity where they could have done things that they enjoy and found useful. Some of the main problems are that kids are being forced to do subjects that they don't like. I really don't see why you can't have kids having a much wider choice of subjects from an early age. I think if you let them do subjects they want from a big list, like, I mean, if you let someone who really likes football do a lot of football, someone who likes a lot of art do a lot of art, rather than forcing each one to do like geography, history, maths, all the rest of it. I think you'll end up with kids who are just as educated, just as able to read and write, but having much more enjoyed their childhood, and also much more advanced in areas they want to be advanced in. What else is oppressive? I think the kind of exam stuff, selection for university and for schools is pretty oppressive, pretty needlessly oppressive. I'm obviously a massive egalitarian, as you probably see from previous videos. So I think we should have this equal satisfaction system for kids, so kids can get equal satisfaction, which would mean we couldn't have better schools and worse schools, or better universities and worse universities, and all that competition and so on. It is my assertion that that we'll have a reasonably efficient country, but a much more pleasant country if we don't divide ourselves up according to ability and so on. I think it's really divisive and hurtful when kids are forced to go to a different school to other kids due to their kind of lack of ability. It's a kind of cruel thing to do. What else? We got homework, I think, is a problem. I mean, kids are forced to go to school. I accept, and this is also true within my equal satisfaction system, that kids will be forced to do some kind of effort, maybe going to school. The kind of amount they do is a reasonable effort, but it seems that, at least in my country, there's a lot of piling homework in the evenings on top of the kids as well, which seems to be much more divisive than the stuff in school, because in school you're kind of there, you do the work, whatever. Whereas homework seems to be used as a big divider, where some kids can be more organized and get the homework done, and others aren't so organized, partly because their home situation probably isn't their fault, and they're being really kind of taking the task over that sort of stuff. So that's I think a needless cruelty as well. But people might say, oh, you couldn't really have kids doing all different subjects they want because there are only so many teachers. But I think we can go a long way towards doing that by maybe having kids moving, going to different schools with different lessons in their town, or teachers moving around to teach the kids. So I think we could easily have many more teachers doing different subjects, which would be more fun for the teachers as well. Lastly, I think kids should be allowed to do subjects that are to do with work, like work in a shop, whatever. And that wouldn't be. I don't think that would be oppressive if the workplace were not oppressive. The problem with our society is our workplaces are so oppressive that I'd hate to. You wouldn't want to send your worst enemy there or whatever. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy, sending a kid to the workplace to be kind of exploited. If we had more pleasant workplaces, like I would recommend, we could have kids spending half their time going to workplaces, and I'm sure adults would really enjoy having kids around to take under their wing and so on. So those are my thoughts on the education system. I hope you found that interesting. All the best.